Coming up tonight, the Prime Minister says Fiji's improved Standard & Poor's rating are an indication of the current government reforms to improve Fiji's economic prospects. The Solomon Islands reiterates its stance on Ratu Tevita Mara, and the civil service makes marked improvements in achieving its targets and plans. Nisambul Vinaka, I'm Lavini Rendiva. An international stamp of recognition acknowledging confidence in the growth of the Fijian economy was awarded by Standard & Poor's that improved Fiji's credit ratings. Standard & Poor's, an international independent provider of credit ratings, has revised its methodology and assumptions for rating sovereign governments.
Consequently, Fiji's ratings have improved the foreign currency long-term sovereign credit rating from B- to B, the foreign currency short-term rating from C to B, and the outlook on the foreign currency rating revised to B stable from B positive. The Prime Minister, Commodore Verenge Bainimarama, said the improved ratings are awarded to Fiji at a time when many countries are going through an economic crisis. He said with the current reforms put in place and those being planned by government, we can expect Fiji's economic growth prospects to be enhanced, which will further improve the indicators required to raise Fiji's ratings in the future. Commodore Bainimarama said this positive rating will instill further confidence in achieving Fiji's medium-term macroeconomic policy goals, as well as the key pillars of the Charter, which will lead Fiji to economic prosperity. He said the improved rating will also inspire investor confidence that Fiji is in a better position than some other countries that are currently facing economic crisis. The report by Standard & Poor's also noted the continued improvements to Fiji's external position and the reduction in the current account deficit. It highlighted the importance of the tourism sector, which continues to recover and rebound. This will further assist Fiji's external position to improve as the level of foreign reserves increases. Standard & Poor's positive rating awarded to Fiji comes at a time when the world's largest economy, the United States, lost unprecedented ratings from Standard & Poor's.
The Solomon Islands government is maintaining its stance that Fijian fugitive Ratu Tevita Mara will not be allowed into the Solomon Islands. This follows reports last week that Ratu Tevita wanted to meet with the Solomon Islands Prime Minister Danny Philp. Solomon Islands Ambassador to Fiji, His Excellency Moses Mose, said his government is firm that it will not allow Ratu Tevita into the Solomons because it wants to respect the ongoing legal case against Mara and respect Fiji's efforts to return the country to democratic elections come September 2014.
That's right. My government has maintained its position that Tevita Mara, because of the outstanding court cases against him here in this country, my government decided not to allow him to travel to Honiara or allow him to enter the country because of that reason. And of course, Prime Minister Danny Philip, as you've heard, continues to maintain the position to support Fiji in the current process in taking Fiji to parliamentary elections in September 2014. And of course, to maintain dialogue with the current government in terms of supporting Fiji through this process.
Ambassador Mose said the Solomon Islands was instrumental in returning the chairmanship of the Melanesian Spearhead Group to Fiji, and this relationship is important.
Yes, as you're fully aware, Solomon Islands actually initiated the process in getting Fiji to chair the MSG, as there was a hiccup, as you fully appreciate, in the past. And Solomon Islands sees that the only way we can support each other, especially through the MSG, is to come together as a group, to be able to help each other in times of crisis, and this is the position Solomon Islands always maintains.
He said the Solomon Islands will continue to maintain its position to support Fiji's current process to return to democracy.
Yes, Solomon Islands will continue to maintain its position with Fiji in terms of supporting the current process, and we will continue to encourage other stakeholders, including the forum, to begin the process of looking at opportunities and ways in which we can, in which the forum and other stakeholders can work with Fiji in realizing their objectives in returning Fiji to parliamentary elections in September 2014.
The Strategic Framework for Change Coordinating Office has confirmed that the performance of government ministries and departments has improved immensely since the monitoring process started in 2010. The SFCCO plays a pivotal role in ensuring proper coordination and monitoring of all government development projects, programs and outputs.
The key role of the Strategic Framework Coordinating Office is to ensure the effective mainstreaming and implementation of the Strategic Framework for Change and the Roadmap for Democracy and Sustainable Socio-Economic Development of the country. The framework provides the blueprint for sustainable democratic and socio-economic development, culminating with the general elections in September 2014. Edward Tunindau, SFCCO Director, said so far the ministries and departments have been doing well in aligning themselves to the targets set in their corporate plans and the roadmap for democracy.
The performance of ministries and departments has improved since we have started these monitoring processes in 2010. Ministries are aware of the requirements of the monitoring framework and how they align themselves to the requirements of the corporate plans and how they go on about implementing the activities which are stated in the plans. For 2010, heading towards the later quarters, we've seen a marked improvement in terms of the implementation.
He said through continued consultations this year with the departments and ministries realized the importance of monitoring and the need to meet the targets set for the year. He said the monitoring keeps the civil service on its toes with the ongoing need to meet their targets set for short term, which eventually fit into government's long-term plans.
There's a lot of outstanding achievements in government. The land reform processes, I think that is one of the most critical achievements. The merge of departments. There were some departments that were merged, and the streamlining of processes within government. Some decrees that were passed that enabled government to perform better. And overall, we're getting there.
After the break, more improvements can be made within the civil service, and education is vital to growing our Pacific economies.